The national championship is here. You've heard the awesome news. This one game will rain hundreds of millions of dollars to our community. Except that claim is so far out of bounds. Time to take this 2-minute drill to the classroom. Economic impact projections were originally created to give us an accurate idea of how much money an event or business would bring to the community. Except these days, they're seldom accurate, and they're seldom anything more than inflated claims used to justify some big spend of your tax dollars. For example, the Tampa Bay Sports Commission claims the college football championship will rain $250 to $350 million in our local economy. The Republican National Convention claimed it brought $400 million to Tampa Bay in 2012, and the New York Yankees recently claimed they created $162 million in economy for Tampa Bay when they played 17 spring training games here last year. That's almost $10 million per game. And you don't need to be an economist to understand how absurd these claims are sometimes. In fact, here's my boss's 4-year-old son to break it down.
$10 million for every game, that's crazy. The Yankees didn't even use an economist. Didn't they learn nothing in kindergarten?
Look, a level-headed analysis done by experienced economists will be a great way to gauge whether an event or company is worth spending our tax dollars on. But that's just not how it's done. For example, the agency claiming this weekend's football game will generate $300 million here didn't take into account that many of the profits immediately leave town, going to hotel groups, restaurant chains, and ticket brokers all across the world. The group that hosted the RNC in 2012 had trouble showing a boost in tax receipts in Tampa, so they started taking credit for a strong summer at attractions as far away as Legoland and Weeki Wachee. And the Yankees got a cozy spring training lease extension here after basically suggesting every fan who attends spring training in Tampa flew in for exactly one game and wouldn't have come if it were not for baseball. Because, you know, New Yorkers never visited Tampa in the winter before the Yanks came here in 1996. Hey, if this guy can pick out major flaws simply by glancing at a questionable report, what do you think an actual economist thinks of it?
It's just bogus. It has no value whatsoever.
USF professor Philip Porter will not be landing any economic impact studies anytime soon, largely because leagues and teams and businesses shop around for someone to put together a rosy report. They're not seeking the truth, they're seeking a conclusion.
They give such a bad picture of what actually happens that they could only be used if they were if they promoted somebody's idea.
And politicians consistently repeat these exaggerated and embarrassing claims. For instance, County Commissioner Ken Hagan once claimed this week's football game, a single game, will create nearly 2,000 jobs for the region.
2,000? What jobs? More like 2,000 bragging rights and tickets for official.
If a 4-year-old gets this, why can't our politicians?
Politicians want to do something. And it doesn't even matter if it works. It just matters if people believe it works. Then they say, well, my politician's doing a good job for me, we're going to re-elect him.
The college football championship is likely to cost the region more than $10 million to host, plus countless man-hours, which may be time and money well spent. We'll just never know, because our politicians don't seem interested in finding out. It's time to ask better questions when people come asking for our tax money. Noah Pransky, 10 Investigates.